All right. So the task before us for this portfolio assignment is to take this list, this table, and turn it into two types of displays, a bar graph and a pie chart. Bar graphs are really good for comparing because they give us levels, right? We can compare and see which bar is higher or lower than another. Pie charts are particularly good at distinguishing how much of the whole something takes. We often think of that in terms of percent. So we have this survey that we've done, and this is just our raw results. We have, it looks like 8 by 8 or 64 people that were surveyed about a question, and this is their responses. I've generated these at random here. So just so you know, this is not going to agree with the table in yours. So you got to do your own count. Don't rely on my displays. But this is just as an example. Okay. So the first thing I need to do is tally. So I just need to count how many. Now I'm using Microsoft Excel. If you're using a Pearson computer, Connections Academy computer, you should have Microsoft Excel on your computer, so you can do this. I've got it zoomed at 200%, so you can see what I'm typing and what I'm doing here a little bit. So I'm going to click over here, and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna create a column here or a row for each outcome. Agree, disagree, no opinion. And I notice I've got this set. I'm using a random number generator to generate results here. And so I need to do something here. I'm going to do this. I'm just going to grab a screenshot here. And I'm going to insert, so then this you don't need to do here. Okay, and I'm going to paste values. Okay, values only. Okay, whoops, I goofed and pasted it in the whole thing here. I'm just going to paste it right here. Okay, I'm just going to paste values so that it doesn't keep changing. There you go. All right, so now we can hide these and get rid of those. Hide way. All right, there we go. Now I can tally, and they won't keep changing on me. So we're going to figure out how many say agree, how many say disagree, how many say no opinion. Opinion. There we go. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to first start by counting how many agree. I'm just going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so I'm going to put 17 here. Okay, I'm going to count those that disagree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So 23 seem to disagree. And then no opinion. Let's count those here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 have no opinion. Okay. And I'm just going to do a little bit of a check here. I'm going to type in the cell down below it, equals sum, open parentheses, and I'm just going to use my mouse to click and drag over those three cells and hit enter. I want to make sure that it adds to 64, or you can total them by hand if you want to. It does add to 64, so I know I didn't miss any. Okay. So now the trick is to make our graphs, our bar chart, and our bar graph, and our pie chart. Excel is really nice at doing this here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to where I want the graph to appear. So my spreadsheet, cell E27. You can put it anywhere. I'm going to choose Insert. And over here in the middle here, you're going to see graphs. Okay, there's combo chart. There's all kinds of graphs. The first one on the top is Insert Column or Bar Chart. And if you click the drop down, you get a bunch of choices. There are even 3D column, 3D stacked, and 2D, etc., 3D bar. Okay, before I do that though, I'm going to click and drag the titles and the numbers. And now I'm going to click on the graph bar. And notice it's showing me a preview of the graphs that are made. You can see what each type looks like. Okay, and I'm going to be a little fancy. I'm going to choose a 3D column here. Not 3D stack, 3D column. Okay, and so there's my graph. Okay, and I can resize it, reposition it. You can put it anywhere you like. Okay, I'm going to take out this series 1 by clicking on it and hitting delete. And we can even see our scale, 0, 10, 20, 30. We're going to give the chart a title. I'm going to call this Survey Results. Bless me. All right, so that's how to, an easy way to create a bar graph. And notice it's really easy to tell how they compare to each other. You can see that the agree column is definitely shorter than disagree and no opinion. Disagree and no opinion are really close, but you can even see that no opinion slightly outweighs disagree. So people seem to be pretty ambivalent to this question. All right. So let's go ahead and create another graph. So again, I'm going to click and highlight my headings and my numbers. I'm going to choose Insert, and I'm going to choose Pie Chart, pie or donut chart. I'm going to click the drop down. It's going to show me there's a 2D. There's an expanded 2D. That's when you have comparison of data. And you can, so we're not going to do that. You can do a 3D pie. I actually advise against it because 3D pie charts are misleading. Because a pie chart is about showing part of a whole, and when you give something perspective like that, you actually distort the part of the whole that it's taken. You should be looking straight on. Now, if you want, you can do a donut. That's pretty much it. But I'm just going to do a 2D. And again, title it Survey Results. Okay. Now, one thing we should do with our graph here is we should give it position this here a little bit. We should give it some slice headings here. So I'm going to right click on one of the slices. Okay. And I'm going to add data labels. Okay. Notice we can now see we can now see how many responded for each pie chart, pie slice. I can even move them around by clicking on them and then clicking and dragging on the border that appears when you click on it. Okay, but more than that here, format data labels here. I can also add a percentage, I believe, here. Label, value, series name, category name, percentage. There we go. And that's really useful. Okay, that gives us the part of the whole that each takes. So now there are 17 in this, and that's 27%. 36% said disagree. Okay, and you can put the labels outside. In fact, that's probably best given the colors. This is called exploding the graph. We don't want to do that. I just hit Control-Z to undo that. Okay. And so these are some of the options you can use here. If you do the graph by hand, it's a little bit tougher because you have to figure out what the angle is and so forth. But I'm not going to go over that at this time. If you want to do this assignment by hand, I'd be happy to work with you in live lesson. Anyway, so hopefully that helps. That's how to create a bar graph and a pie chart in Excel for your survey results.